Hi everyone, welcome back to Raw Synergy TV. I've had quite a few requests to see what exactly goes into my big salads that I eat for dinner. And today I'm going to show you just that. I'm also going to show you one of my favorite kitchen tools and how I use it. Today I'm going to be using Chinese lettuce, also known as sword lettuce. This lettuce is really delicious. Some people say that it tastes like basmati rice, and I can definitely taste that in the stems or in the core or heart of the lettuce. I've got 5 ounces here that I'm just going to chop up. I'm also going to add arugula, which is one of my favorite greens. Arugula has a really nice, nutty, spicy flavor, and it adds so much to salads. And I like to chop mine up a little finer than how it comes. And there's a couple different, well, there's lots of different varieties of arugula, but the ones that you typically see in the store are wild arugula and baby arugula. I like them both because they're both very flavorful. Sometimes one can be a little more spicy than the other, but they're really good. So that was about 2 ounces of arugula. So I've got a big bowl here full of greens, as you can see. And as promised in a previous video, I really wanted to show you guys how to use the Veggetti. This little gadget is one of my favorite kitchen tools. Ever since I've found it in the store, I've used it almost every single day. It's so much fun to use, and what it does is it will make noodles out of your favorite vegetables like zucchini, cucumbers. I've used it with carrots and even beets, and it works really great. It's got one side for angel hair type noodles and another side for more of your fettuccine type noodles. So you just take the end off your zucchini or whatever vegetable you're using. You want to make sure it's prepped properly. And I'm going to use the angel hair side. So basically what you do is just insert the zucchini inside and turn it, and it will make nice long noodles, and you can make them as long as you want. Now I have a trick that I like to use specifically when I'm doing salads, because you don't want a super long noodle necessarily in your salad. So what I like to do is turn and pull, and then you get smaller size, just the right size noodles for your salad. So you turn and pull, turn and pull, turn and pull. And I think that's just the perfect size for noodles in your salad. So I'll put this whole zucchini in here. You also get these fun little spiraled noodles that come out the other end, which are really fun from the core. So I want to show you a little trick. The Veggetti comes with this lid with little spikes on it, and you insert that into the end of your vegetable so that you can turn it, but then you still have this long length of a vegetable piece that can go all the way down in, but you can't get it to go any further with this lid. So what I like to do, because I like to be able to use every ounce of the vegetable, is cut off the top and take a narrow fork and insert it into the end pretty far so you have a good grip on it. And then you can take and get all the way down to the very end by just turning the fork into it. And then you just need to be careful when you get close to the blades that you don't mess up your fork tines. And it's a little easier to do after you get the hang of it. But you can just go over and over the same spot because you're kind of grading it when you get to the end. And then you have only this tiny little piece left that you can chop up and put in your salad or your dressing. And that way you get full use of your vegetables. So I'll just finish cutting that up. So that was a total of 6 ounces of zucchini. So that makes a really good sized salad. And now to garnish the salad, I'm going to add 8 ounces of these beautiful orange, grape, or cherry tomatoes. These are organic and really, really yummy. So I'm just going to pour those on top. Now my salads are always usually pretty simple like this, and if I don't use the sword lettuce, then I will use romaine lettuce, or I will even go to the store and buy the pre-packaged, pre-washed lettuces like spring mix or other baby lettuces. I even like the super greens blend sometimes. So I'll usually use a whole package, which is usually about 5 ounces of lettuce. And then I always add arugula to it because I just love the flavor of arugula. And then either zucchini like I did today, or cucumber noodles, and always lots of tomatoes, and then a dressing. Sometimes I will add, if I'm in the mood, I'll add celery, or I'll add fresh beets or fresh carrots. Just depends on what mood I'm in. But I would say this salad right here is pretty average for me, pretty typical for my everyday salad. When I add my salad dressing to my salad, I also like to season it with Simply Organic all-purpose seasoning. This is one of my favorite seasonings. It's got a whole lot of ingredients in it. It is organic and it just makes everything taste amazing. So I put this on my salads all the time. I also like to add fresh homemade celery powder, which I do have a video that I'll post here that you can click to watch how to make it on your own. It's really simple, but this also adds such a great additional flavor to anything that you're making, any savory dishes, and I love it on salads. The same way I make the celery powder, I also like to make fresh beet green stem powder. So I'll take the stems from the beet greens and make them, cut them up and put them in the dehydrator the same way I do the celery to make the celery powder. And this also makes a wonderful addition to any savory dish because it adds a nice little salty flavor. I have been experimenting from time to time by adding just a tiny pinch of real salt and seeing how my body reacts to that. So I'm still experimenting with that and seeing how it goes, but I definitely don't add like a whole lot to make it super salty, but that is something that I've been kind of playing around with. Another thing that I've been adding is cultured vegetables like raw sauerkraut, and these are 2 that I've been using lately. This one is by Rejuvenative Foods, or Rejuvenative, I'm not sure how you say that word. It's raw sauerkraut. This one is made without salt. So most sauerkrauts are going to be really, really high in sodium, and this one has no sodium. So I really like the taste of this. This is really, really good. And then just a couple days ago, I got raw beet kraut by this company. This is Pickled Planet. This is salted, but I only use a really small amount, and I've just been kind of playing around, seeing how my body reacts to adding cultured foods, because I'm learning a lot about probiotics and a lot more about digestion and the low stomach acid possibility. So I just thought it would be interesting to add these in and see how my body does. I've noticed with some cultured foods that if I eat too much of them, I'll get really, really bloated and really uncomfortable. So I've just been experimenting having these maybe just one, either one or the other, and having just like a tablespoon on my salad at night. And only maybe a few times a week, maybe 3 or 4 times a week. I also love to add fresh herbs. I'll add fresh basil, fresh dill, fresh chives, fresh cilantro, sometimes some fresh thyme or parsley. And I've got a whole bunch of really beautiful herbs out on my patio, growing fresh so that I can have them anytime I need them for my salads or any savory dish that I'm making. And of course, I'd love to have fresh sweet basil here on my counter as well. One final note before I go. If you have noticed my pendant here today, this is an eForce pendant, and my good friend Alicia Ojeda is selling these, and she still has some left. And I know I did have a few people asking about this pendant. So if you are interested, be sure to contact Alicia. I'll give you her information below so that you can find out how to get in touch with her. But these are really beautiful pendants. They can be really great for balancing your energy, balancing and grounding. They can also help protect against EMFs if you're concerned about that type of thing. And you can find out more from Alicia, so be sure to contact her if you're interested. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to share it with your friends. And if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to do that as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.